We are live from the Eagan Civic Arena in Eagan, Minnesota. Wow, words much? The Eagan Civic Arena in Eagan, Minnesota. We have some Minnesota State High School hockey action. We have the visitors from Shakopee. They are the Sabers. This is their JV squad facing off against the Eagan Wildcats. This is the second meeting of these two teams, second of two meetings between these teams on the year. First up, line for the Sabers, we've got Davis at center. To his right, the big man, number 29, Nathan Heilman. To his left, the blonde bomber, number 14, Cody Sawyer. And back on defense, number 15, Fletcher Reinhardt, and his defensive partner, number 39, Max Dornbos. And now Eagan in transition. Reinhardt after it. Eagan makes a move towards the middle. Puck right down the center, and that's the first look at the puck to our netminder, number 1, Logan Avery. Avery, the sophomore, been playing great so far this season. Sabres coming into this game 6-0. Shot to the far post. Finds the glove of Avery. So the Sabres JV team so far undefeated this season. I'll have to go back and check my notes, but I think the first time these two teams played, they skated to like a 3-1 game or something like that. And Sabres have been on a win streak ever since. Next lineup for the Sabres is Krisak, Schmitz, Carlson, Radke, and Gaston. So that'll be icing on the Sabres. That'll give them a defensive zone draw with 14-14 remaining here in this first frame. Same 5 out for the Sabres. Krisak will take the draw. Wins it cleanly back to Radke behind the net. Radke moves it to Gaston. Now Radke working from behind the net. Gets it ahead to Schmitz. Comes right back to Radke. Radke over to Krisak. Krisak back to Gaston. Gaston, blue line, red line, blue line. And Gaston will shoot, and that is into the glove of the Eagan Wildcats netminder. Next 5 up for the Sabres. It's the same first 5. So it's Davis, Heilman, Sawyer, Dornbos, and Reinhardt. So the Sabres look like they've got 8 forwards and 4 defensemen, 12 total skaters, and only 1 goalie. So they're a little bit light on the bench from what they normally enjoy. But we'll see 2 2/3 lines of forwards and 2 lines of D. Under the stick of Heilman. Icing waved off. Heilman gives chase. Now comes out for Reinhardt. Reinhardt's shot blocked on the way in. Heilman gets the rebound back over to Davis. Davis from behind the net. Looks for options. Spins it back the other direction. Davis, cross ice into Heilman's skates. Heilman deflected it to himself. His shot got blocked in. Reinhardt grabs the rebound, gets it to Davis behind the net. Davis spins away from pressure. Stick handles like he's in a phone booth. Puck just hops the stick of Sawyer. Now they move it out to Reinhardt at the point. Reinhardt reverses directions, gets it to Sawyer. Sawyer from the middle. His shot goes wide. Dornbos pinches, gets it down low. Davis wraps it around the boards, comes out to the point, and misses all targets. That should go all the way down for icing, and it does. 12:29 remaining. Icing on the Wildcats. That will bring the face-off down there. Next line up for the Sabres. Now it's Nelson, Iserman, and Schmitz with Gaston and Radke. Radke out to the point. Gets the puck down low. Nelson chasing. Now Iserman pressuring. Iserman stick handling out of the corner. Nelson working from behind the net. Iserman scoops it up. And now the Wildcats in transition. Picked off by Radke. Radke spins away, gets the puck up to Yzerman. Yzerman puts the puck down low. And the Wildcats put it on net. Avery dives for it. 11:43 remaining. Next 5 up. Now it's Krisak, Carlson, and Sawyer. They wrap it around the boards. Radke tried to find Sawyer breaking out. They do get it deep in for Carlson. Carlson on the puck, moves it into the center. Now back to the stick of Sawyer. Cody Sawyer looking for options. Gets it ahead to Carlson, and he'll shoot from a sharp angle. It goes off the side of the net. Carlson puts it back out front. Now comes loose for Radke. Radke will shoot through traffic. His shot gets blocked. Now Gaston picks it up at center ice, puts it back in the zone. Carlson with the battle at center ice. And the Wildcats put it down low. Radke to it first. Backhands it around for Gaston. Krisak. Cross ice pass onto the tape of Carlson. Carlson tries to feed it ahead for Sawyer. Now the Wildcats will bring it into the zone with possession. Shot in on Avery. Although that one was probably sailing wide, Avery puts a glove on it, freezes the puck, and the Sabres will have a defensive zone draw. Now it's Davis, Heilman, Schmitz, Reinhart, and Dornbos. Puck loose in the front, and Davis does a good job of knocking that free. Heilman into the zone. Comes Nathan Heilman. And the puck, or the Schmitz was crashing to the crease and got a bump from behind and knocked the net off its moorings. So it will reset here. And because it was a Wildcat player that pushed Schmitz into the net, Sabres have an offensive zone draw. Comes out to the point, Dornbos. Tries to hold the puck in, but it hops his stick. Now the Wildcats in transition. Play broken up by Reinhart. Puck comes loose. Dornbos backhands it head for Heilman. Heilman up to Davis. Davis gains the zone, but loses control of the puck. Now comes around for Heilman. Heilman wraps it around the boards, but it comes all the way out to center ice where Reinhart controls the puck. Moves it over to Dornbos. Dornbos puts it on the tape of Davis. Davis with speed and authority into the zone. Moves it out front. Just went underneath Reinhardt's stick. Dornbos puts it back into the zone. Touched by Davis. Now back the other direction. And it is icing on the Wildcats. 9:44 remaining. Sabres will have an offensive zone draw. Next 5 out for the Sabres. It is Krisak, Nelson, Carlson, Radke, and Gaston. Krisak on the draw. Puck stuck down along the half wall where Nelson and Carlson are battling for it. Comes out to Radke. Now Gaston, last man back. Radke working from behind the net, loses an edge. Nelson moves it to Carlson. Carlson with some open ice in front of him. He'll get it in deep. Krisak gives chase. Into the corner goes Krisak for the puck. Carlson there to help, lifts the stick. Tries to slide it out front where Nelson was crashing. And that goes out of play. So with 9:02 remaining, Sabres will have an offensive zone draw. Now we've got Krisak taking the draw with Carlson to his right, Nelson to his left, Dornbos and Reinhart back on D. Comes out to Dornbos. Dornbos shot to traffic, almost caught the stick of Nelson on the back post. And now it's the Wildcats in transition. Dornbos bodies his man off the puck. Now Krisak battling, and he takes the body away. Puck scoots loose. Rolls right on net for Avery to cover it. 8:48 remaining. Next 5, Davis, Heilman, Sawyer, Reinhardt, and Dornbos. Heilman get the puck in deep, tried to feed it out front. Davis collects from the dot. Davis shoots, and that gets deflected. Wraps around the boards. Sawyer bodies his man off the puck. Scoots loose. Dornbos last man back. The shot goes on Avery, and it deflects off of Dornbos and right over the blocker of Avery, and Eagan goes up 1-0. 8:15 remaining here in this first period. Sabres trail by a goal. Next up, Davis, Heilman, Sawyer, Radke, and Gaston. Here's Cole Davis walking in. Feeds it over to Heilman, but that gets broken up. Radke turns it up ice. Radke carries into the zone. Davis puts the puck down low where it's picked up by Heilman. Heilman working from behind the net. Feeds it around for Sawyer. Sawyer. He'll shoot on net. That goes wide. Heilman collects the rebound. Or that's Davis collecting the rebound into the side. Tries to feed it to Eiserman fresh off the bench, but they feed it to Gaston. His shot gets blocked. Now the Wildcats try to break it out to center ice. Eiserman tips it ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer gets it down low. Davis giving chase. Davis leans in for the hit. And it's kept in the zone by Schmitz. Schmitz ahead to Eiserman. Eiserman tried to feed it across as Davis was right there ready to knock it in. Now Davis spins away. Again tries to feed it out front. And a puck loose in the crease, but is covered up by the Eagan goalie. Krisak, Carlson, Nelson, Dornbos, and Reinhardt. Krisak on the draw. Wins it over to Carlson. Picks it up himself out of the corner. Gets it over to Nelson. Nelson back to Krisak. Krisak tries to wrap it out to the point for Reinhardt. That gets broken up. Comes out to center ice for Dornbos. Dornbos moves it ahead for Krisak, who puts the puck down low where Nelson gives chase. Nelson, working from below the red line, steals the puck. Now Nelson battling. Puck comes out to center ice where Reinhardt picks it up, lowers his shoulder, gains some speed, lays it off the wall to himself, and Reinhardt chases after. Still has the puck on his stick. Reinhardt moves it to Nelson. Nelson's the Wildcats send it out to center ice, and Sabres redirect it right back in. Now back out to center ice onto the tape of Davis. Davis gets it to Heilman. Heilman flips it on net, and we get a whistle. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any better viewing area here as the cameraman is doing his thing. It's okay, we're guests. Gaston to it first, redirects it down below the net where Davis gets to it, shot on net, shouldered away by the goalie. Back on the stick of Cole Davis. Schmitz holds it in, shoots, but it goes off the back of the leg of Heilman. Schmitz taps it towards the net again. That one shrugged away. Comes up for Schmitz. Now back Gaston into the corner. They'll tap it around to the other corner where Radke will get to it first. Radke ahead to Davis. Davis will put it in deep and go off for a change. Sawyer off the bench to give it a little bit of forecheck. Comes out for Dornbos. Dornbos and Nelson battling for the puck on the near side. Wildcats send it down, and it is icing. 4:31 remaining here in this first period. Sabers trail by 1. Next group up, it looks like we've got Nelson, Sawyer, Iserman, Dornbos, and Reinhardt. Reinhardt, last man back. Nelson challenges as the puck comes out to the point. Shot in, redirected in front. Nice save by Avery. Dornbos wraps it around the boards for Sawyer. Puck comes out to center ice where Sawyer's challenging for it right at the red line. Sawyer and Nelson stack up and do put the puck down deep when they go off for a change. Iserman on the forecheck. Through center ice, puck comes loose for Reinhardt. Reinhardt tries to feed it through, but it misses all targets and goes down for an icing. Sabres will have a defensive zone draw with 3:47 remaining in this first period. Next 5 that are up, Krisak, Schmitz, Carlson, Gaston, and Radke. That puck off the draw rolled it on Avery, and he covers. Same 5 set up, Krisak to take the draw. Wildcats control out to the point. Now Krisak on the puck, spins away from pressure. Reverses direction again. Gets it back to Radke. Radke looks up ice. Feeds it ahead for Carlson. Carlson and Schmitz into the zone. Schmitz anticipating the hit, rolls the puck down low. No icing, so Radke will collect the puck. Takes a funny hop on him. But he'll ring it around the boards for Carlson on the far side. Doesn't get there. Radke lays it off the boards for a sea of Sabres. Now comes back to Gaston. Gaston loses an edge. Shot in on Avery, right into the glove. Hard to beat Logan Avery from that distance when he can see the puck the whole way. Nice quick glove by the sophomore, number 1, Logan Avery. Next 5 out for the Sabres. We have Davis, Sawyer, Heilman, Reinhardt, and Dornbos. Dornbos from behind the net moves it over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt feathers it ahead, but that pass gets intercepted. Now shot in on Avery. Davis stick handles his way into the neutral zone. Here comes Cole Davis. Puck onto the tape of Heilman. Heilman makes a move towards the net. Backhand shot towards the net, blocked on the way in. Dornbos rolls the puck down low. But now comes out to center ice where Sawyer gloves it to himself. Cross ice pass for Heilman. Heilman puts it into the zone. The Wildcats send it right back out, and that will be on net. So Dornbos chases it. Puts it ahead for Davis. Davis shovels it ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer shoots from far out. Now Heilman after it. Heilman puts the puck back down behind the net. Sawyer to it first. Now Heilman picks it up. Out to the point for Radke. Radke will shoot from far out. Icing is waved off, so Gaston will chase. Gaston stays strong. Rolls in on Radke. Radke ahead to Heilman. Now the Wildcats in transition. They get the puck down low. Gaston to it first. Taps it ahead for Nelson, who gets it ahead for Krisak. Krisak for Nelson. Now Nelson making his way towards the net. Blocked and kept in the zone by Krisak. Now Schmitz after it. There's Dylan Schmitz. One-man show by Dylan Schmitz, but the shot gets blocked. Comes out to Radke. Radke has to bring it out of the zone and put it back in. Reinhardt after it. Gets pinned. Krisak there to help. Radke moves it away from danger out to Krisak, to Nelson. Now Reinhardt looks up ice with 10 seconds to go in the period. Puck comes out to neutral ice. Puck sent back in. Should be icing. And won't be icing because that's the end of the first period. So shots on goal right now are apparently 7 for Eagan and only 3 for the Sabers. So that's how they're seeing it anyway. All right. We'll be back for the second period. All right, we're back for the second period. Sabers trail by a goal. It's Davis, Sawyer, Heilman, Reinhardt, and Dornbos. Reinhardt will try the near side. We'll work it ahead into the zone for Sawyer. Sawyer chasing after it from below the red line. Cody Sawyer battling for it, waiting for a centerman to come and help. Now Eagan banks it high off the glass. Reinhardt chasing after. Reinhardt lays it off the boards for Davis. Puck comes back into the Sabres defensive zone, onto the stick of Reinhardt. Reinhardt fans on it, pays for it. Heilman there to help. Shot goes off the skates of Reinhardt, blocked. Comes back out to center ice. Eagan puts it into the zone. Reinhardt puts it right back out of the zone. And Eagan whacks it back in. And we got an icing call with 3:53 remaining. Sabres will have an offensive zone draw, get a chance to change up all five. Now it's Krisak, Schmitz, Carlson, Gaston, and Radke. Krisak ready for the draw. Refs talking about whether or not that was icing or not. A little disagreement between the two refs. Looks like they're becoming friends. So they're going to take it down as the one ref disagreed. So they'll do a center ice draw. Eagan controls the draw into their own zone. That puck scoots through, rolls down on Avery. Avery pops a glove on top of it. And that burns 10 seconds off the clock. Now Sabres with a defensive zone draw. Krisak to take the draw. Wins it cleanly to Gaston. Gaston wraps it around the boards for Schmitz. Schmitz tries to move it to the center, but misses targets. Carlson swats it into the zone, but it comes back out to neutral ice. Radke and Gaston back. We'll wrap it around the boards. Carlson giving chase. Now Krisak getting pinned against the boards. Gaston quickly there to help. Now Krisak gets it over to Schmitz on the near side. Schmitz into the zone, puts on the brakes, spins. Krisak picks it up. To neutral ice, Radke taps it ahead for Carlson. Reinhardt, last man back. Shot goes off the skate of Reinhardt, picked up by Carlson. Carlson looks up ice, moves it ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer with a burst of speed, big move towards the net. Sawyer forehand back in, goal! Nice feed from Gavin Carlson ahead to Cody Sawyer. Sawyer fakes backhand, slides it across, puts it on his forehand, and knocks it through the 5-hole. Nice goal by Cody Sawyer. This game is tied 1-1. Now it's Nelson, Sawyer, Iserman, Reinhardt, and Dornbos. Reinhardt's pass intercepted. Dornbos. Single assist number 38. Puck into the corner for Reinhardt. And 2:25 seconds. Reinhardt moves it ahead for Iserman. Iserman gets it back to Reinhardt. Reinhardt does get it out of the zone up to the red line. The Wildcats put it right back in. Now Iserman chasing the puck into the corner. Iserman battling for the puck. Saw a big hit coming and pulled up. Now skating with some authority is Reinhardt. He tried to move it to Nelson, but Nelson wasn't looking for it. Now Eagan sends it all the way down, and it's icing on the Wildcats. 11:42 remaining. The score is 1-1. I think it's pretty safe to say that we really shouldn't trust the shot count from the scorer's table, as the Sabres scored a goal without recording a shot. Not sure how that happens. Davis, Heilman, Schmitz, Gaston, and Radke. Wildcats will try to escape out this side, but Davis puts a big long stick on it, redirects her back around. Now Heilman goes in for the forecheck, scoots loose for Schmitz. Heilman wraps it around the boards. Gaston will hurry to this near side, but it does come over his stick. Gaston gets hit from behind. And we got a cross-check call. So number 4 for the Wildcats will go to the box. 11:19 remaining. And the Sabres are going on the power play. Power play unit up for the Sabres. Krisak, Sawyer, Heilman, Davis, and Reinhart. Sawyer squares up for the face-off circle. Sawyer controls it to Heilman. Comes out. Reinhart holds it in the zone. Over to Davis. Davis back to Reinhart. Reinhart back to Davis. Davis back to Reinhart. Reinhart tries to move it back to Davis. Got a little too cute on that. And gets sent all the way down. Avery spins the puck away from pressure. Sawyer plays it off the boards awkwardly to himself, and he picks up speed. Blue line, red line. And now into the zone from Heilman, who gets it to Krisak, who feeds it back to Davis. Davis down to Krisak in the corner. Takes another awkward bounce. Sawyer holds it in the zone for Krisak. The puck is caught in the Zamboni door, but Sawyer gets it over to Davis. Davis up to Reinhart. Sabres settle it down. Davis tries to look cross ice for Krisak. It isn't there. Moves it back to Reinhart at the point. Reinhart back to Davis. Wildcats content to let Reinhart and Davis move it back and forth to each other. Back to Davis from the top of the circle. Back to Reinhart. Back to Davis. Back to Reinhart. Back to Davis. Davis will make a move towards the net, but his stick gets lifted. That comes over to Sawyer. Sawyer moves it down to Krisak, but that goes under his stick. Heilman from below the red line gets bodied off the puck. Back to Heilman. Heilman will take the puck in deep, but he moves it over to Krisak. It now comes loose to Davis. It's 15 seconds remaining in the Sabre power play. Down low for Krisak from behind the net. Krisak will reverse directions. Try the other side. They get it over to Carlson. Carlson back down to Krisak. Krisak lays it off the boards for Radke. Radke will shoot through traffic. And that'll do it for the Sabre power play. The Wildcats are back to full strength. Cross check. So Nelson will take the draw. He's got Carlson to his right, Schmitz to his left. Radke and Gaston are back on D. Radke rolls the puck down deep for Nelson to chase after it behind the net. Scoots loose to Schmitz, who lifted it with his backhand and hit the goalie in the mask. Move it out to the point. Radke, that comes over the top of his stick. Relays it off the boards. Sabres tag up. Schmitz in after it. Off the back wall, it rolls in front of the crease, and Avery puts a big mitt on it. Defensive zone draw coming up here for the Sabres. Nelson will take the draw. Out to the point, Carlson comes out to challenge it. Rolls under the stick of Radke. Avery swats it into the corner. Wrapped around the boards by Radke, comes out to Carlson. Carlson exits the zone, lays it off the far boards for Schmitz. Can't quite get to it. Back onto the stick of Radke. Radke stick handling back from behind the net. Leaves it for Davis. Schmitz cross ice pass. Comes up for Radke. Radke will carry into the zone. Puck rolls on net. Carlson gets a backhand shot on it. Radke whaps it. That's Schmitz who rings it out to Reinhardt. Reinhardt's stretch pass gets intercepted through neutral ice. They put it into the zone. Reinhardt to it first. Reinhardt stretch pass. Head for Schmitz. Schmitz lays it off for Davis. Davis gains the zone. Gets it over to Sawyer. Sawyer gets his stick lifted. Puck comes out to center ice where Reinhardt puts a stick on it and pops it over the glass. We'll have a neutral zone draw. Davis, Heilman, Sawyer, Reinhardt, and Dornbos. Davis wins it cleanly back to Reinhardt. Reinhardt puts it into the zone. Saber forecheck will go to work. Sawyer gets it on the far wall, but that hops the stick of Dornbos. Comes out to center ice where Reinhardt backhands it back to Dornbos. Now comes out to Reinhardt. Reinhardt moves it over to Heilman. Heilman carries into the zone. Heilman from the corner puts on the brakes. He's got Davis with him. Davis takes over. Here's Cole Davis working out of the corner. Tries to rip a shot from the dot, but picked his head up on that drive. Now Davis, probably looking for revenge. Into the zone, moves it over to Heilman, but Heilman can't control. Puck to neutral ice. Shot rings around the boards. Puck in deep onto the tape of Radke. Radke reverses directions. Puts it around the boards for Iserman. Now Eagan from behind the net. Iserman out to the point. Puck rings around the boards, and it's Gaston and Heilman who will be after it. Into the corner goes Gaston. Quick to help. Colton Krisak does pick the puck out. Gets his head up. Looks cross ice. Gets it to Iserman. Iserman puts on a burst of speed. Gets the puck down low. Comes around for Gaston. Gaston pinches, holds. That comes out to center ice onto the stick of Radke. Radke spins up ice looking for options. Threads it ahead for Iserman. Iserman touches it into the zone. Now Gaston last man back. Gaston dives, takes that shot off his glove. Gaston down again. Now comes around the boards for Carlson. Carlson puts it back down for Gaston. Gaston with the help now from Krisak, battling behind the Saber net. And a Wildcat forward was trying to see if there's a chicken inside of that egg and decided to lay on the puck for a little while. Next five up for the Sabres. Nelson, Schmitz, Carlson, Reinhardt, and Dornbos. Nelson on the draw. Taps it ahead for himself. Dornbos battles at the edge of the circle. Sharp angle shot. Goes off the pad of Avery. Now it's Reinhardt who slides it ahead for Carlson. Carlson and Reinhardt battling. Reinhardt will chase this one all the way down. Loses an edge. Gets tripped up. Now here's Carlson. Carlson from a sharp angle. That goes off the knob of the stick and wide. They move it out to the point, right onto the tape of Reinhardt. Reinhardt gets it down low. Like Carlson, nope, that's a Wildcat stick that got broke. Now Radke last man back. Schmitz, and we got an offsides on the Wildcats. Next up is Davis, Heilman, Sawyer, Radke, and Gaston. Davis to take the draw. Win it back to Dornbos. Dornbos sends it ahead for Heilman. That goes under his stick. But Heilman gets it over to Sawyer by blocking that pass. Sawyer's cross-ice pass misses. Center ice, Radke. He'll put it in deep. The Sabres tag up, but not quite deep enough. That rolls in. Gaston will pick it up, bring it behind the net. Now Radke looks up ice. Gets it to Davis. Davis looking for options. That one rolls all the way down. No icing. Puck wraps around the boards, held in by Radke. Tries to backhand it. But now the Wildcats gain the zone. Gaston looks up ice. Tries to move it to Davis. Davis's pass sneaks through to Yzerman. Yzerman kicks it back to Radke. Radke stretch pass. Try to get it to Heilman, but misses its target. So 2:38 remaining. The Sabres will have a defensive zone draw. I think they're standing in front of the camera on purpose because they're mad that I'm live streaming. Krisak, Schmitz, Reinhardt, Dornbos, and Nelson. Rolls in on Avery, makes a pad save. Now Krisak gains speed through the neutral zone. Krisak quickly into the zone, puts on the brakes, rolls the puck down low around the boards for Schmitz, out to the point for Dornbos. Dornbos holds it in the zone. Now shoots out to center ice, 3-on-1 for the Wildcats. Avery deflects it into the corner. Shot through traffic, gets into the pads of Avery. So a defensive zone draw for the Sabres. Now it's Davis, Heilman, Sawyer, Dornbos, and Reinhardt. Davis puts it back for Reinhardt. Reinhardt wraps her on the boards for Heilman. Heilman gets it ahead for Davis. Davis into the corner. Puck scoots back out to neutral ice. The Dornbos is after it. Dornbos looks up ice. Puts on the brakes. Gets pinned up against the wall. Comes around for Sawyer. Sawyer at the top of the zone. Sabres don't quite get it out, but now they do. Now here's Sawyer again in the open. He'll shoot. That whizzes wide. Comes all the way out to neutral ice. 1:25 remaining in the second period. Gaston gets to it first. Gaston to Davis. Comes back around the net where Radke's there to evade one sweater. Radke looks up ice. Moves it to Heilman. Heilman ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer into the zone. Tries to thread it through for Heilman. Back to Davis. Davis takes a shot to the head. Wildcats roll it down low. Gaston to it first. Gaston stretch pass. Tries to hit Sawyer but misses. Icing on Shakopee, so they have a defensive zone draw. Now it's Krisak on the draw with Schmitz and Carlson. Gaston sends it deep. Schmitz to it. Carlson in front. Tries to get the puck into the danger zone. Gaston to it first. Now Krisak battling for the puck behind the net. Evades one, gets it to Radke. Radke moves the puck sideways, gets it up to Carlson. Carlson's cross-ice pass to Krisak. Krisak into the zone. Krisak shot on the way in, gets blocked up into the netting. 5 seconds remaining, and the Sabres will have an offensive zone draw. We're going to try from this angle, see if we got a little bit better vantage point from here. Okay, so it's Davis, Sawyer, Heilman, Radke, and Reinhart. 5 seconds left. Davis to take the draw. Puck tied up. Gets flipped into center ice. All right, that'll do it. It's 1-1 at the end of the second period. We'll take a break and be back for the third period. All right, we're back for the third period. It's a 1-1 game. On the scoreboard, it says shots on goal are 10-5. I don't think anyone in the building thinks that is accurate, but nonetheless, that's what we'll go with. Sabres looking for a spark here. Sabres come out with Davis, Sawyer, Heilman, Dornbos, and Reinhart. Sabres have a couple of guys out of the lineup. Number 12, Ethan Hensley is out. 16, Jackson Tolanen is out. Number 2, Jackson Hurst is out. So Sabres are a little light on bench. Puck scoots out to Reinhart. Reinhart moves it over to Dornbos. Dornbos pass through center ice. Comes to Heilman. Heilman whacks it into the zone, but it comes out. Davis tries to steer it back in, but it scoots loose to Dornbos. Dornbos back to Reinhart. Reinhart quickly ahead to Sawyer. Comes back to Sawyer. Sawyer gloves it to himself. Now the Wildcats will try a zone entry on the near side, and they are into the zone. And it comes loose for Sawyer. Sawyer looks to his left, and he's got Heilman with him. Sawyer with a rebound chance. Davis crashes the net. Now 2 men back for the Sabres. Wildcats dump it in deep. Dornbos to it first. Gets pinched off the puck. Reinhart picks it up, looks up ice. Reinhart threads it ahead to Davis. Davis taps it deep into the zone. Schmidt's after it. Schmidt steals the puck. Puts it out front, but that slides all the way through the offensive zone and goes down on net, where Avery plays it off the half wall, up the head for Gaston. Gaston reverses directions, carries into the zone. Here's Harris Gaston. Puck scoots out to center ice. Radke, last man back. He'll chase the puck into the boards. Puck comes onto the tape of Krisak. Krisak taps it ahead for Carlson. Arm is in the air, and that is icing on the Sabres. 3:17 remaining in this 1-1 game. Now it's Davis, Heilman, Sawyer, Radke, and Gaston. Comes out for Gaston. Gaston wraps it around the boards for Heilman. Heilman taps it ahead for Davis. Davis continues to keep trying to work it down the boards. Comes loose for Gaston. Gaston over to Radke. Radke flicks it ahead to Sawyer. Comes loose for Gaston. Heilman looks for a big hit. Avery taps it behind the boards for Radke. Radke puts it up to the top of the zone and does pop out of the zone where Sawyer picks it up. Sawyer looks for options. Spins away, puts it to Davis. Davis gets the puck down low for Sawyer. Sawyer out of the corner. Sawyer up for Radke. Radke puts it on net. Davis taps it up behind the boards, and it scoots out to neutral ice. Davis will have to tag up and heads right back in to forecheck this puck. Heilman swats at it, comes loose into center ice. Dornbos waits for Davis to clear the zone, then puts it in. Yzerman now giving chase. It's Dornbos, Krisak, and Nelson back. Puck from the dots gets blocked by Nelson. Blocked on the way in. Loose puck sitting in front, and it rolls into the net. Sabres didn't clear out the man on the back post and was right there to tap it in as that rebound was hanging out there for a little bit too long. Sabres trail by a goal with 11:52 remaining in this third period. Davis, Carlson, Schmitz, Radke, Gaston. Puck comes out to Radke. Radke over to Gaston. Gaston ahead to Sawyer. Sawyer taps it into the zone. Davis after it in the corner. Looks for the puck. Takes a bump. Takes a funky bounce off the boards right out to Carlson. Carlson will make his way towards the net. Comes back for Davis. Davis flips it out to Radke. Now here comes Schmitz into the zone. Schmitz looking for options. Moves it around back behind the net for Carlson. Gaston holds it into the zone. Now Carlson will shoot through traffic. Goes off the skates of Davis into the corner. And the Wildcats will send this one all the way down for an icing. 10:56 remaining here in this third period. Sabres trail by a goal, and they'll have an offensive zone faceoff. Sabres looking for some momentum here. Krisak, Heilman, Sawyer, Reinhardt, Dornbos. Puck into the corner. Dornbos, last man back, rolls in on Avery, and he puts a glove on it. Krisak to take the draw. Ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer got a stick on it. And they're going to say he didn't. Or that touch came before the red line. So it's icing on the Sabres. Krisak will take the draw. Wildcats control it out to the point. Heilman tries to flip it ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer steals the puck. Sawyer walking in. He'll shoot. Comes out wide. Reinhardt steals the puck at center ice. He'll carry into the zone. Here comes Krisak. Krisak's shot blocked on the way in. Comes loose to Reinhardt. Reinhardt puts the puck in deep. Sabres tag up. Heilman after it. Sawyer knocks the puck loose. Heilman to it first. Reinhardt into the corner. Krisak there to help. Krisak comes out with the puck. Skates it behind the net. Taps it off the boards to himself. He'll look up ice. Stretch pass. Tries to get it to Schmitz and does. Schmitz gets ridden into the boards. Scoots loose for Nelson. Now Schmitz moves it to Radke. Gaston last man back. Puck taps ahead for Nelson. Nelson chasing the puck into the zone. Now Schmitz picks it up, gets bumped. Shot in on Avery. Schmitz wraps it around the boards to the top of the zone. Eiserman out to challenge for it. Skates past the puck. Nelson pokes at it. Avery redirects to the half wall. Schmitz on it. Gaston there in the corner to help. Schmitz and Gaston working out of the corner. Puck scoots loose. Comes loose for Nelson. Nelson fans on it. Now Gaston redirects it back to Radke. Radke kicks it ahead to himself. Radke moves it cross ice to Schmitz. Schmitz ahead, looking for Nelson. Now Dylan Schmitz battling for it. Puck pops loose, where Iserman moves it ahead to Radke. Radke loses an edge, goes off for a change, but gets it ahead for Davis. Davis working from a sharp angle, reverses directions. Davis puts the puck down low for Heilman. Heilman from behind the boards. Now Davis coming from across, comes out to Sawyer. Sawyer bodied off the puck. And we get a whistle. 7:28 remaining. They're going to call a holding on Eagan. So Sabres down by a goal with 7:28 remaining are going to go on the power play. Sawyer, Heilman, Krisak, Davis, Reinhart. Sawyer to take the draw. Sawyer wins the draw to Heilman. Heilman steps towards the net. Krisak into the corner. They work it out to the point. Now Davis over to Reinhart. Reinhart shot to the back post. Pops out to neutral ice. Krisak redirects the puck back to Sawyer. Sawyer carries into the zone. Sawyer makes a move towards the net, gets upended. And that one gets wrapped all the way around. Sabres will start from behind their own net on the stick of Reinhart. Reinhart, cross-ice pass, intercepted. Avery flattens it for Davis. Now Davis up to Sawyer. Sawyer ahead to Heilman. Heilman carries into the zone. Back to Sawyer at the point. Sawyer moves it in, and Krisak just tried to redirect that towards the upper corner, but it just went over the post. Now Reinhart will turn it up ice. Reinhart heads to Carlson. Carlson with Schmitz and Krisak with him. Carlson gets it to Schmitz down in the corner. Schmitz working out of the corner, back to Carlson. Carlson to Reinhart. Reinhart shot. That just pops wide. Reinhart holds it in the zone, but now the Wildcats clear. Gaston chases. 30 seconds remaining in the Sabre power play. Gaston stretch pass, gets it to Carlson. Carlson feeds it through to Nelson, but that goes off his stick. Comes back out to center ice. Radke has to wait for his teammates to tag up. Carlson pinched off the puck, and Eagan flips it into the stands. 5:34 remaining in the game, and 7 seconds remaining in the Sabre power play. Now it's Nelson, Carlson. Nope. It's going to be Krisak, Heilman, and Sawyer with Radke and Gaston back on D. Krisak to take the draw. Wins it to Sawyer. Sawyer shot. Misses the net. Comes all the way down. Gaston chases. Gaston reverses directions. Now Radke from behind the net. They get it out to Sawyer. Sawyer carries into the zone. Here's Cody Sawyer. Puck still on Sawyer's stick. They get it down for Heilman, who chases after it. Moves it over to Krisak. Krisak from behind the net. Leaves it out front, right in front. Oh, my gosh. Gaston will get to the puck first. He lays it off the boards for Radke. Radke moves it over to Krisak. Krisak into the zone. They'll move it over for Sawyer. Sawyer with a shot. Goal! Cody Sawyer with his second of the game. What a pass by Colton Krisak. Great vision, looked off everybody else, and found Sawyer just waiting at the top of the circle. So Cody Sawyer picks up his second of the game on a great cross-ice pass from Colton Krisak. So 2-2 with 4:35 remaining. Next lineup for the Sabers is Davis, Schmitz, Carlson, Dornbos, and Radke. And that's icing on the Wildcats, so that'll give the Sabers an offensive zone draw. This is a good hockey game, y'all. Now it's Davis, Carlson, Schmitz, Reinhardt, and Dornbos.
Number 14, Cody Sawyer. Assist number 6, Colton Krizak. Sawyer from Krizak.
Dornbos, last man back. Lifts it into the zone. Sabers tag up. Wildcats dump it in the zone, and that is icing. So 4:07 remaining. Sabres will have an offensive zone draw. Same 5 out for the Sabres. It's Davis with Carlson to his right, Schmitz to his left, and Reinhardt and Dornbos back on D. Davis on the draw. Wildcats control out to the point. Dornbos deflects it towards the net. Now the Wildcats in transition. Davis moves it over to Schmitz. Schmitz gets it ahead for Carlson. Carlson into the zone. Here comes Reinhardt. Reinhardt to Carlson. Carlson's fetting back! But who could put a stick on it? What a pass! And they run that all the way down, and it rolls on Avery. Now Dornbos, stretch pass, moves it ahead for Carlson. Back to Dornbos. Dornbos gets knocked down. Schmitz on the puck. Wildcats gain the zone. Reinhardt last man back. They move it out to the point. That hops to neutral ice. Now Carlson into the zone. He's got Schmitz with him. Schmitz backhand shot. What a save. What a save. This Eagan goalie has been making some incredible saves. And yet somehow we only have 10 shots on goal. I don't know how that wasn't a shot on goal. I'm pretty sure that was a shot on goal, but not according to the scoreboard. Out to Radke. Radke rolls it on net. Sawyer intercepts. Sawyer looking for his third of the game. That shot just goes wide. Sawyer with another chance. Keeper did well to get over to the other side of the net. Now Sawyer looking for options. Comes over to Radke. Radke will get it in deep while the Sabres tag up. Heilman pressuring. And Wildcats send it all the way down, but they wave icing off, so Radke has to quickly jump on the puck. Radke with the head of steam moves it cross ice to Heilman. Heilman into the zone, gets poke checked. Rolls it down for Sawyer. Sawyer makes a move towards the net. Here's Cody Sawyer, forehand, backhand. Krizak now on the puck. Krizak looking for options, gives it to Heilman. Heilman puts it on net. That gets blocked on the way in. Now Radke in a foot race. Gassed into it first. They get it back out to neutral ice. Krizak bumped off the puck, but did do the job and get the puck down ice. 2 minutes remaining in this 2-2 game. Pucks hops. Sawyer, Reinhardt over to Radke. Radke feathers it ahead for Nelson. Nelson taps it into the zone. Comes back out for Nelson for Davis. They put it in. Radke heads off for a change. Davis, Carlson, and we got an offsides call on the Sabres. Minute 42 remaining. 2-2 game. Davis, Carlson, Nelson, Reinhardt, Dornbos. Davis on the draw. Controlled by Reinhardt. Reinhardt puts it in deep. Sabre forecheck goes to work. Carlson to it first. When it comes out, scoots past Dornbos and Davis controls. Davis over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt moves it ahead for Nelson, who puts the puck into the zone. Comes back out for Reinhardt. Reinhardt has an opening. Reinhardt senses that his player is offsides. Turns the puck back around the other way. Reinhardt dances the puck into the zone. Gets bodied off the puck. Wildcats content to just wrap this one around the board, send it all the way down. And that is icing. What? How is that not icing?
1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute.
Now Davis and Carlson on the breakout. Davis carries into the zone. They're going to say that Carlson didn't have his skate on the blue line. 48 seconds remaining. Krisak, Sawyer, Schmitz, Radke, Gaston. Wrapped around the boards, comes out to neutral ice. Radke chases. Smacks it ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer. Cross ice. Gaston tries to get it out of the zone. Shot rolls in on Avery. Goes wide. Now Sawyer looking for a breakout opportunity. Here comes Cody Sawyer into the zone, and Sabres are off sides once again. Three times in the last 2 minutes of the game, Sabres are off sides. Krisak, Sawyer, Heilman, Radke, Gaston. Krisak taps it ahead to himself. Krisak forehand, backhand. Comes out to neutral ice. Gaston puts the puck in deep. They lay it off the boards. Radke holds it in the zone, puts it towards net, but it hits to Heilman. Heilman's shot misses. Radke holds it into the zone. He'll shoot. That goes wide. All right, that's it. Sabres moved to 6-0-1.
There will be 2 minutes.
Oh, never mind.
2 minute intermission followed by 5 minutes running time. All
right, we got a 5-minute overtime. So we're in an overtime period here. According to the scorers table, a little 2-minute rest, and then a 5-minute run time overtime for this JV game to see if this can end in something other than a tie.
Third period summary. Scoring for the Wildcats at 3:08, number 4, Liam Thomas. Assists to number 20, Gary Larson, and number 28, Andrew Bull. Scoring for Shakopee at 10:25, number 14, Cody Sawyer. Single assist to number 6, Colton Krisak. There was one penalty in the period to the Wildcats, number 36, Ethan Mann, 2 minutes for holding. Shots on goal in the third for Shakopee 5, a 3-period total of 10. And for the Wildcats 5, a 3-period total of 15.
So Sabres, with only 12 skaters, are getting some rest. Coaches on the bench, Jordan Roller, Brandon Ferns, Bubba Kubish, giving the boys some thoughts on how to approach this overtime period. And as far as I know, it is 5-on-5 hockey, but it is 5 minutes of running time. So Sabres with a couple of quality scoring chances there right at the end. Some of them just sailing a little bit high and wide. All right, first group up for the Sabres. It's going to be Krisak, Sawyer, Heilman, Radke, and Reinhart. Krisak to take the draw. And here we are. Overtime. Reinhart flips it up to Heilman. Heilman into the zone, feeds it ahead for Sawyer. Sawyer versus directions. Comes out to the neutral ice for Reinhart. Sabres tag up. They're back into the zone. Now Radke ties up his man. They move it out to the point. Rolls in on net. Reinhardt puts it ahead. It stays in the zone. Reinhardt into the corner for it. Krisak wraps it around the boards. Radke will get to it first. Radke turns it up ice. Sawyer, cross ice for Krisak. Krisak into the zone. Krisak to Radke. Radke looks up. Shot goes high. Now back to Radke. Radke with options. He'll shoot. Rebound into the corner. Carlson after it. He's back to Radke. Radke will shoot again. Wrapped around the boards. Now back to Reinhardt. We got an arm in the air as the Sabers are going to go to the box for interference. So heading to the box for interference is number 29, Nathan Heilman. So 3:22 left here in this overtime period, and the clock continues to run. Penalty killers are Krisak, Reinhardt, Davis, and Radke.
Minor penalty assessed the Shakopee number 29, Nathan Allen, to insert interference. Number 29, Allen to insert
Shot sails over the crossbar.
3-10 overtime.
Radke steals the puck. Turns it up ice. Here comes Evan Radke knifing through traffic. Puck loose in front. Puck into the zone. And that goes up into the netting. Clock continues to run. 2:15 left. About 50 seconds left in the Saber penalty kill. Penalty killers are Radke, Carlson, Reinhardt. Nope, that's Gaston. And Sawyer. Gaston into the corner, scoots loose for Radke. Radke moves it up for Gaston. Gaston out to center ice. Puck back into the zone. Shot blocked by Radke. Comes off the backboards, but Avery puts a glove on it. Down to 90 seconds left. Less than 90 when they drop the puck. And Heilman will be out of the box as soon as the puck drops. So it's Radke, Sawyer, Reinhardt, and Carlson. Wildcats control. Block shot by Carlson. Comes over the dot. Blocked by Gaston. Shakopee back to full strength. Gaston after it. Shot sails high. Out to the point. Carlson blocks the shot. Out to neutral ice. Wildcats will have to tag up. Now Sabres with a chance. 35 seconds left. Gaston gets ahead to Sawyer. Sawyer will take it himself into the zone. Gets poke checked. Out to Radke. Radke puts it towards the net. Carlson grabs it. Carlson with a chance. Loose puck in front. Still loose in front. Still loose in front. And they clear it out. 10 seconds remaining. Gaston rolls it to neutral ice. Comes across ice. Gaston last man back. And Sawyer will kill the puck behind the net. This was a good hockey game. Fought hard by both sides. They skate to a 2-2 tie. So 5 minutes of pretty intense overtime. That went fast. Good game.
Shots on goal for the Sabres 2.
All right, Sabres are back in action Thursday. JV plays at Eden Prairie. It'll be the first time that the two high school programs have played each other in the regular season. Certainly they've been seen each other in the postseason a time or two, but Shakopee versus Eden Prairie. It'll be a big Section 2 rivalry. JV at 5 and varsity at 7.